welcome you to the Riverside Weekly. We hope your time with us today is thought-provoking, spiritually challenging, and a life-changing experience. Our discussions and messages can be raw, real, and at times very uncomfortable and even controversial. We highly encourage all of our guests and listeners to take notes, leave comments, and when possible, always share what you hear. And now here are your hosts, Pastor Cello and Pastor Mia.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? It's Wednesday, morning, noon, night, afternoon, or maybe it's Thursday.
Or it could be Saturday if you're watching on a Saturday. It could be any of those days.
Either way, appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for guys for listening. And man, y'all leave some comments. Talk to us. Give us some
don't
feedback.
leave comments like your rolls are showing, or your hair, your braids.
No, please let us know.
Or your hair is atrocious, or maybe
That's messed up.
I'm just saying, it could be mine. Or your hair is too gray. I mean,
I was just telling her that
you get a lot of compliments.
I get a lot of compliments on my hair outside this relationship.
I'm sorry. Anyway.
So, what are we talking about today?
Sorry, showing off my sticker, my fan base.
You've been doing pretty good drinking water. I'm impressed.
I'm
impressed.
Thank you. Still doing my shakes. Look, you are my Sunshine Boutique, guys. Don't forget them. I just covered up the Bubba with the Yeti. Look at my Indian. Hey, hey. That's me. That's my family.
Is that racist?
No, that's my heritage. that's us.
You can't do anything or say anything nowadays.
I know. I was like, that's my family. It's
without
okay.
being racist or prejudiced or judgmental.
Right.
Oh, God.
Okay, so saying that to say that's what today's topic is about. It's actually about critique or criticism. So most people see the glass half full or half empty. If you're optimist, you see it half full. If you're pessimist, then you see it half empty. And if you're positive, that means optimist. If you're positive, then you see it as half full. If you're a pessimist, which is a negative person, you're going to see it as half empty. So
you talk. Give me just a second.
Okay. So what I told him is I thought that we need to discuss whether it's called whether critique or criticism. You could call it critique if you're a positive person. You're going to call it criticism if you're a negative person. So when somebody gives you critique or criticism, then they tell you that type of thing.
Their opinion?
Yeah. And we've already talked about this a million times. Opinions are like buttholes and buttholes stink. What's this?
Elbows.
Elbows, okay. Elbows stink, I guess. I mean, I'm just saying that, so basically what I was telling him is that I wanted to know, and this is just a poll to see everybody out there, is does criticism or critique, whichever way you see it, does it fuel you or does it discourage you? And that's the thing. And the reason I say that is because, we could take critique from people and they could tell us about our rolls and our hair and, our clothing doesn't match or whatever.
You got something in your teeth.
Yeah, or no, and that's not a critique. Somebody better tell me if I have a booger.
No, that's a critique.
Is it?
Yeah, because if it was a criticize, like, oh, you got something in your teeth.
Again, it depends on how you look at the glass, half full or half empty. Yeah. And I feel like that if you can't take critique or criticism, then you're not willing to grow. You're not willing to say, oh, these are my faults, and you're pointing them out. Thank you. I will work on them. Most people get upset, and they're like, bro, you don't know. And it's so funny because I say that you think you know it all if you can't take critique.
Sorry. I know it all and I take critique.
Oh, well, I don't know that you know it all. And...
Between me and God, we know everything.
Oh, okay. I believe that with God. I'm just not sure about you. No, I'm just kidding. But I will say that it just made me think about that. Does critique or criticism fuel you, or do you see it in a negative light and you get discouraged? Kind of like, again... Natalie, I'm just going to use you because you're listening. But you are my sunshine. If somebody says, could you do it this way? Does that discourage her, or does that encourage her and say, yeah, I never thought about it that way? Right?
Yeah.
Like me, I made this sticker. And someone could say, oh, well, it should at least be 2 colors, 3 colors. How come you didn't do it full color like that one? Okay, first of all, because I'm just learning and I just do 1 color vinyl. I've gotten a little fancy, and I've used a couple of vinyls. But I'm not putting my business out there because I'm not as good as Natalie. I'm not as good as other
Yours
people.
is more of a hobby.
Mine is a hobby. Thank you. Mine isn't a business. Mine is a hobby. And
that's a good podcast. Anyway, go ahead.
well, I thought that's what we're doing. Are we not doing that? So I think that if you can take critique, I think you can tweak. That's how we should look at that. Critique and tweak. You could tweak your fine hobbies into something better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And my couple of my masks, my first masks that I've done with my face on them, which anybody can do with Walmart transfers. However, you need to work on it because it costs a lot and it doesn't work like vinyl transfer. And so my proportions on my mouth have, and I should have brought that on here. People would probably roll.
It was funny.
It was, because my nose is looks like this on there. And
it looks like that. No, I'm joking.
I was going to say. And so I put it on to go in the store, and the lady was like, that's you under there? And I'm like, she's like, that's real good. And I was like, you knew that didn't look good. Why you criticizing me? But then she was critiquing my work, and she was like, that's pretty good. I haven't seen that, you know? And I got discouraged and was like, not making masks no more, and threw them aside, right? But then I went and got some more transfer print on paper because I'm going to try it again, you know?
Yep.
I didn't get discouraged. I got mad, but I didn't get discouraged. I haven't given up on my Cricut, guys. I'm still working on it, and I'm just like, I don't know. I'm going to take some critique, and I knew I would when I came down with the first shirts. Oh, that print's too small. Oh, those words could have been straight. Or, oh, man, your shirt was over to the left or to the right, you know. And thankfully, my husband used to print shirts, so he gave me some pointers on how to find the middle of T-shirts and things like that, which I'm going to share soon. We're going to do a hangout, and several of us are actually going to share. Shout out to Miss Natalie, because she's going to help. And just saying all that to say that I really believe that we have to decide if we're going to take it as negative or are we going to take it as a positive. And positives recharge and negatives discharge.
Yeah, they discourage you.
Discharge.
Good. All right. Thank y'all so much for...
You didn't give any feedback. This was all me.
Did a great job so much. No, I'm joking.
Thanks. And like him, he just critiqued me on my water usage or commented.
I encouraged you.
Yes, you did.
I complimented.
Yes. And that wasn't, he didn't come at me, you know, a horrible way. So
sideways.
Yeah, you can come at me sideways.
No,
Which, by the way, thanks, sister. Good job.
I think that's where for me, I feel like people, there's two sides. You have the person who does the critique and the criticizing, and then you have the people that are receiving the criticism or the critique.
Are they going to receive it well?
No, I'm saying well, you have the receiving end, and you have the person who's actually giving the feedback. So in other words, the person, when they're saying something, they're either criticizing or critiquing, and then you have the other person who's receiving the critique or receiving the criticism. And I think it has to do with attitude on both. When you look at how you're saying, like you were talking about, like, you know, how do you receive it? That has a lot to do with your attitude.
Is that why you received my critique on your hair so harshly?
Yeah.
My attitude behind the comments?
Yeah. If you want to go there, we can have a red table moment. Yeah.
The table's black, but okay.
We'll have a black table moment. No, but when you think about critiques and when you think about criticism, critiques are more positive on how they're on how it's delivered. And criticism is it's literally just the process and the desire just to tear down. So you're trying to tear something down, trying to rip it apart.
Okay.
But critique will say, it looks really good, but if you want to make it better than this, or I see what you're trying to do, you can do it better if you do this. Where criticism, it just tells you like, that sucks, that's not any good, why are you even trying, you know?
Yeah, you're no good, I could do that better.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you know. But I'm a firm believer that you have to have, there's three different type of people that you have to have. You have to have haters in your life. You want haters in your life.
That's true.
You want followers in your life.
Okay.
And you want fans in your life.
Ooh.
So you need to have haters.
Do tell.
You need to have haters. You need to have fans. You need to have followers.
This kind of fan?
Yeah. So with the haters, you need them in your life because they're the ones that keep you grounded and rooted to where your head don't get big.
Okay.
They keep you humble.
Okay.
They keep you in reality.
They're the ones who criticize?
Well, yeah, most of the times they're criticizing and not
I'm just
critiquing.
asking. I'm
no.
just asking.
They're usually the ones that are criticizing, not critiquing.
Okay.
And then fans, you can do anything and they don't matter, and they're just gonna yes.
You made a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Exactly right. And so fans are just there. And so those are the ones that usually just encourage you.
Okay.
But followers are the ones that will question some of the things that you're doing. They'll critique you in some of the things that you're doing. In other words, they're going to follow what you're doing, but they want you to succeed. So they're going to give you positive feedback so that you can be better because they're following you. Oh. And so if you're missing haters, then you'll always be lopsided. You'll always think that you're doing the best.
Wow.
If you only have fans, then you'll never know what it's like to have haters or followers. But if you only have followers, then you'll never know what it's like to just have people that are there and then people that are criticizing you. So you have to have the haters, even though we don't like them. We have to have haters. You have to have followers, and you have to have fans. And so, to me, when you have those in your life, they help you. They keep you humble. They keep you grounded. They keep you in a place where you're able to grow and develop and move forward. But at the same time, not so much so that you're so arrogant that nobody can tell you anything.
Oh, I cannot stand some arrogant people.
Right?
Let's not name any names.
And here's the scary part, is that a lot of times people will see an individual who's confident
and take that as
arrogance. They'll also see people that
tell us the difference. Go ahead.
They'll also see people that are humble, and they'll take that as arrogance.
Okay.
And it's not. It's when you've struggled to be able to get to a certain level or a certain degree or wherever it is that you're working at. Once you've struggled to get there, you understand and you've been humbled so many times. You know what you can do. You know what you've done and what you can do to overcome obstacles and situations. So you're more confident. You're not arrogant. You just, I know what it's going to take. And so you talk with confidence because you've already been around the road 4 or 5 times.
Okay, but to me, arrogance
is where nobody can tell you anything.
They can't critique you. They can't criticize you. They can't tell you nothing.
And that's super bad because
I thought so.
Yeah, arrogance. If you find somebody that's arrogant, most of the time they're usually very selfish.
They know it all.
They're very selfish and they're very narcissistic in their thinking.
Oh my God!
Right, and the ugly part about it is
y'all pray for some people.
Is they want to be independent from everybody else. They want the fans, they want the followers, but they don't welcome the haters. Because nobody can tell them nothing. I know what I'm doing. And then they complain because nobody likes what they're trying to do or what they're trying to accomplish.
You're lopsided, bro.
Yeah, and you can't, when arrogance is really, really, it's very, very detrimental to relationships, work environments, the culture, because you can't tell them anything. They're just so full of themselves and they're confident that nobody can tell them anything. And that's literally the opposite of humility, right? And so, and that's where it's dangerous, because somebody can be super humble and have humility, but be very confident because of what they understand and what they've been through. So their ears are still open, their eyes are still open, their hearts are still open, they're still teachable, they're still coachable, but yet they walk with a certain amount of confidence. And sometimes if you don't have a relationship with them, they come off as arrogant.
That's true. But arrogant people, you just said it right there. Arrogant people are not teachable.
They're not. They're hard. They're almost not teachable.
Okay, and that's the problem. That's the problem. And I don't even want to go there, but I'm just saying that, I think I think you're right. I
just thought about the shirt I was wearing.
I was looking at it. I was like, wait a minute.
Humble beast, yo. What's up? Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just saying that, I think criticism is there, or critique is there to grow you beyond the arrogance. If you're unteachable, then you're never going to go to the next level.
Right.
Or the next step.
And that's where your fans and your followers suffer. Because you're no longer a valid influence in their life. You're no longer able to help them to where they're wanting to be.
Wow.
And that's where it gets tough.
We just gonna end there so I don't say nothing I shouldn't say.
So I mean, you talk about the critique aspect of it, and I think that's what it is. I mean, we have to listen with if you're teachable, when someone criticizes you, you can take it as a critique. But if you're always in a negative state of mind or attitude, it doesn't matter if somebody critiques you, you'll still hear it as criticism. Even if they're giving you some pointers or some ideas.
On how to do it faster, better, and better quality.
Better quality, whatever it is that you're working on, if they're coming to help you and share something with you, if your attitude is wrong, then you'll always hear it as criticism. You'll never hear it as a critique. You'll never hear it as somebody trying to help you. And that's what I was talking about, the listening part. Like, it's not so much just the person who's sharing as much as it is the person who's listening. So it's kind of a two. You have to make sure that you're sharing with the right attitude and that you're hearing with the right attitude. Otherwise, nobody can help you, because every time somebody says something, it's criticism. And they're like, I'm not trying to criticize you, I'm just trying to help you.
Okay, well, I'm not trying to criticize you, I'm just trying to help you. Maui?
Good hair all the time.
I just want y'all to know that y'all can comment, like, and share, or send him a message. I want him to be Maui for Halloween. So I think it's going to be really cool.
Alrighty then. Thank you so much for all of our sponsors that are...
I told him I'm not going to be Moana because I have gray hair, but I could do hair extensions and do some really long hair or something.
Okie dokie. All right. Anything else? Was that it?
No, that was it. I thought it might help.
I think it was. Hopefully this helped you guys, encourage you. Don't take it personal, even if it feels personal. And even if it is personal.
Grow from it. Take it and
stay
grow
teachable.
from it. Yes, stay teachable.
Stay
there
coachable.
It is. Cobra Kai. Stay teachable. Not Cobra Kai, guys. I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, that's Miyagi-Do.
Yeah. That was Miyagi.
Miyagi-Do.
Yeah. No.
Miyagi-Do karate.
Yeah.
Right. Man, I appreciate you guys. Thank y'all so much for listening, watching, for tuning in. We see you guys next Wednesday.
Be a part of the 3%.
Be a part of the 3%. Well, I'll let you later.
Thank you for listening to the Riverside Weekly. Download the Riverside Waco app to stay connected and follow us on all social media sites at the Riverside Waco. This podcast is made possible by the givers of Riverside Community Church. Production and engineering provided by Capital G and RTV in Waco, Texas.